Officials in Massachusetts believe there's been another tragic, deadly case of cyberbullying. A 15-year-old girl committed suicide, and it appears that she was being bullied online.
Questions for school officials in Massachusetts. It comes after the death of a 15-year-old student who killed herself after enduring months of verbal assaults and threats from her classmates.
Bullying, which occurs usually in adolescence, can kind of seep into your skin and last a lifetime. It turns out that it does.
Cyberbullying, using the internet or cell phones to threaten, spread rumors, or post doctored photographs. According to recent studies, this kind of bullying is on the rise. By one count, as many as 1 in 3 kids is being victimized.
9 students now face charges in connection with her death. But the question tonight, did the school do enough to protect her from the bullying?
I was bullied in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. It started out with just gentle, stupid, childish teasing, but then it just kept getting worse. People made fun of me for not doing so well on tests and acting nervous when I made class presentations. And so that really didn't help me with my confidence. And the teacher would also bully me at the same time. So I was just being attacked at every angle. In the 5th grade is when I started going through puberty. And so people would make fun of me for having acne and for going through all those changes that your body goes through and that your head goes through during puberty. And so that really killed my confidence. And I even remember that someone called me a whore in grade 5. And I didn't even know what that was. I had to go home and ask my mom what a whore was because someone just called me that. Grade 6 is when I was cyberbullied. Someone took my picture and made a website about me, wrote my name, and described me as being tall, fat, and weird. And they eventually posted my address on the website. And my mom had to go to the police and file a report, and it was eventually taken down. And I thought, why would someone want to put my address on the internet and describe me and put my picture so someone could find me? Grade 6 is also the year that I got physically bullied for the first and probably the only time that I could remember. I was in the schoolyard with my class, and a bunch of the guys in the class were insulting me and name-calling me. So the only thing I could think of to retaliate was to take my lunchbox and swing it at them and hit them. And when I did that, in return, they all decided to kick me in the stomach and in the back as hard as they could. And these weren't small guys, they were really big, tough guys. So it really hurt. And I remember being kicked to the ground, and they still continued to kick me. And then they would take handfuls of grass and throw it in my face, right in my face. And I remember swallowing half of that grass because they would practically shove it right in my face. And I remember that I got part of the blame when I finally had the courage to tell the teachers what was going on. They told me that I was provoking them to bully me. Finally, when I went to high school, I was hoping to start new because I was going to a different school, a private school, a small private school. And I thought I was going to have a new life and be a new person and start over. And that did not happen at all whatsoever. People were even more mean to me than before. People called me stupid, ugly, weird, every single day because I wasn't so good in school, and they noticed that because I didn't answer every single question there was in class, and they thought that was really dumb of me, that I couldn't keep up. One thing that really stuck with me that happened in grade 7 is that in gym class, every time I would win at something, when I would win a race, the entire class would put their thumbs down and boo me. And every time someone won something against me, the whole class would cheer. I felt so alienated and victimized. You just wonder, what do you do? What am I doing that is making everyone hate me so much? I really wasn't a mean person. I was someone who was really shy and just wanted to make friends. But people saw me as some weird girl that no one wanted to be with. When the 7th grade ended, I decided that I wasn't going to stay in this torment any longer. I wanted to get out and I wanted to start a new life again. Hopefully, things would go better this time. And they did. Even though I did get bullied from time to time in grade 8 and 9 and through the rest of high school, I really didn't care at all at that point, because by then I had made good friends and lots of good friends, more than not so good friends, that reassured me that there was nothing wrong with me and that they were the idiots and not me. Many people are probably thinking that I should get over something that started 10 years ago when I was 9 and now I'm 19. But it lasted 4 years, and what it did is just, I feel like it really robbed me of what could have been 4 fun, joyful, happy, innocent years of my childhood. And it has just affected me in some ways long term. For example, I feel like I've been grown to be very defensive in certain situations. And what it has really, really made me do is it has made me resent authority. I have a hard time respecting figures of authority, because when I needed help, the figures of authority did not do their job. And they turned the blame on me. And another thing that really affected me is that I have this constant worry that I will not be good looking enough, that I will not be smart enough, and that I will not be normal enough. Because the fact that I was called ugly, weird, and stupid by so many different people so many times, it really sticks in your head, and it gives you this constant fear that you will never live up to those expectations of that society expects of you. So I just want to say that it's a very serious issue to be bullied. It can affect you long term, can affect you in more ways than you might think. It's really important that people deal with this situation in elementary schools and in high schools, because my situation was not dealt with properly at all. I still question these days why it had to happen to me out of all the other people that I thought deserved it at the time. But I've grown to realize that I didn't do anything wrong, and I was just a really innocent person that didn't know how to defend myself.